Hello and welcome to a special edition of Here's the Pitch. This is your friend Brad, and it's brought to you, of course, by Masses.com, STLMasses.com, my favorite restaurant in St. Louis, and Happy New Year. But not a Happy New Year, as one of my guests passed away over the break here of the Howard Stern Show, and it was Fred the Elephant Boy. And I had talked to Fred the Elephant Boy, and I had a wonderful conversation with him, and actually kept in touch with him, so I was sad to hear that he had passed over this break. Howard announced the news this morning on the show, if you're watching this on the day of the first show back. And I thought I'd give you some highlights from the show and see if you want more of this. I was listening to the program and decided I would take some notes, give some thoughts. Started off with Robin looking good, of course, after the new year. Howard started talking about the shows he was watching on New Year's Eve, the Andy Cohen versus Ryan Seacrest, and thought it was fun to watch Andy Cohen not drink. They did shots of apple cider vinegar. I don't know. I was watching with my wife. It was fine. It's funny, though, he talked about Dick Clark's Rockin' Eve and said, why is it still called that? It's been 20 years since Dick Clark's been around. And no Jenny McCarthy. Where did she go? Do they all go to an old lady farm? I thought that was kind of fun. Howard talking about that. Maybe talked about Carmen Electra being there as well. And then he also asked why were people just standing around in the rain, which is what I was wondering as well. As you saw all the people just hanging out there, they get there all day. So Howard started the show just talking about New Year's Eve. The delay between him and Robin was crazy today. I don't listen to the show much. I'm going to try and listen more and give more recaps like this. And while I'm talking about that, let me know if you're interested in this. In the comments, we can kind of discuss the show together. Maybe I'll do this daily, maybe not, I don't know. But I am going to show you the Fred the Elephant Boy interview here in a second. He talked about his New Year's Eve, nothing going on. He brushed the cats and went to sleep. He didn't make any phone calls. He was wondering why he did that in the first place. Beth was trying to get him to do that. Talked about his mother. She had COVID, and she's doing okay, though, but he thought this might be it. Turned out she had diarrhea from the pills she was taking, but the pills really worked for her COVID, so that's good to hear. That Ray Stern is 95 and doing well. Robin actually took a trip, and Howard was begging her not to go, and she went to Saigon, and Howard said, you should not be leaving the house, as he's not doing, but Robin went ahead and chanced it, and she was back and sounded like she had a good time. Moved on to Barbara Walters' death. Barbara Walters died over this break, and he talked about her being at his wedding. Robin actually sat at her table, and then they talked about her on The View and some clips from the show, the other people talking about Barbara Walters. And then he talked about Fred the Elephant Boy. He read the obit. He died at 64 from blood clots. He did have a pacemaker put in, but he was put into the hospital around November 25th and died December 8th, I believe, was what was said. So they played some great moments from Fred the Elephant Boy, and then they did talk about Jason's Nutrisystem commercials that have been all over the place. So that's a little recap of the first segment. If you like this, I'll continue to listen to the show and kind of give you recaps, give you my thoughts of what I heard. And now I'm going to go back and play you that Fred the Elephant Boy interview I did back, let's see, this is probably a year ago. I would use the function where you can read along as YouTube tries to capture his words. Fred the Elephant Boy had kind of a little speech impediment, but I did enjoy having him on. And again, let me know if you're interested in hearing more daily recaps and thoughts, and you can comment, or if you want to be part of this, we can do a live chat. You just let me know. I'm trying some new stuff here in 2023. Hopefully you're enjoying it. But here is my tribute interview to Fred the Elephant Boy. If you talk about the Mount Rushmore of wackpackers today, we have one of the Mount Rushmore folks. Fred the Elephant Boy over there. Fred!
Hey, Brad, how you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine. I was having to trouble getting on Zoom because I am so talkative, with my fans, since I download Zoom, I think I've been on Zoom on twice.
Well, I'm very honored that the third time is with me, and I can tell that you know your technology, and you don't have to wear a shirt for a Zoom. But you look like you had a little surgery, right?
Yeah, let me make comfortable. 1 second.
He's going to put a shirt on, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, where's my shirt?
Oh, we get a little look around Fred the Elephant Boy's apartment there, it looks like, too.
Okay, 1 second.
As he puts on a shirt, I remind you to subscribe, because there'll be much more great content like this coming here on the ST Weekly channel. But a very exciting day to talk to Fred the Elephant Boy and his
I look better now.
and his ceiling fan. No, you don't. You don't look any better at all, Fred.
I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for joining me again. I haven't had a chance to actually talk indirect to a wackpacker, so this is an exciting day for me. And I did say Mount Rushmore. I think the other day, actually, Howard was running through who's still in the wackpack, naming who's a wackpacker, and I think you were like the third name. So you're still in the wackpack, right? You're still a member and a card-carrying Howard...
It seems like since the pandemic, I'm a little torn off from, by Howard. I don't like his political stance. It was here every right to have, but to me, it's not making sense. And I tune him out temporarily. Like I said, nothing personal against it. It's just my task and his opinion. I'm not going to argue with him, to disagree with him. That his opinion is his, and I can do what I want with my opinion.
You're a full-fledged Trumper, I believe, right? You're still.
It's not like like I'm blended into Trump. If it does wrong, if it does wrong, then he's out. If it does good, I will recognize it. And so for me, with looking at both sides, I think he did A-OK with his term as president.
Except for that last part, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I'm pleased doing what he did as president.
But not after. He didn't win the election, right?
Yeah. But like I said, except for poor jokes, I am giving Biden a chance with his tenure in office.
So are we saying you're not in the whack pack? Is that what happened?
No. I think I would, retire like earlier this year. I retired from my job, and with that, I know I'm not going to change Howard. It's like I said, I have nothing personal against Howard, but his opinion is not complying to me, and I'm not going to get into a his match with Howard.
Your last appearance wasn't great, though, right? You had to really apologize and you had to work your way back into the whack pack.
I don't think I apologized. And then I heard something Howard say, and I took it as such, and I did not apologize. If I heard wrong, I apologize for that, but not for my general opinion. I may disagree with the president of the United States, but I am not going to storm the White House.
Good. Well, that's good. How old are you? And then I heard you just had a procedure done. So tell us, how's your health and how old are you these days?
Oh, right now I am 63 years old, and that's this weekend, but the weekend before, I went through installation of a new battery for my pacemaker, so last week I've been, recovery, but I was in the hospital for 4 long days because my blood pressure was high. They gave me a birthday present. I left on the 9th Tuesday was my birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
You look like you're doing well. Is anyone living with you? You remember you brought some women into the Stern Show. You always had some girlfriends. How's it going?
Oh, that was years ago. I think most of them probably dead by now. Who knows? It was a good episode when I did that.
So how's it going now with your love? If I'm prying too much, let me know. But I think people would like to know how Fred is doing, emotionally and, with the ladies.
Same as before. You're doing the same thing. I am retired now, so there's no need for me to get up that early in the morning to commute because that was killing me. Whether they ever used the studio again. I'm ready. I may have my disagreement with Howard, but as I said before, I respect the man. I respect the broadcaster. I respect, but to me, it's not what he once was.
You don't think the show is what it used to be?
Yeah.
What do you not like about
it? His political opinion is completely opposite from my view of life. And I can say, and I'm not going to say how it is wrong with his experience. That's his opinion. So I am not the type of person that either you say my way or famous, I think that's one of it. I may be at the start of all this mess. At the start of it, I think I was too I can think of the word, what should I say? Too angry at him, and it's not the case. As time goes on, I realize that. So he may have like a different opinion of me. That's fine. I just don't want to hear it. I listen to people who generally agree with me.
Now, you aren't getting along with High Pitch Eric either these days, right? How's that going?
I have been speaking to him since before the pandemic, and I am a lot happier.
What happened there?
What?
What happened between you two?
Well, as I remember, I'm sure Hypothetical would disagree with me. He did the skit. It really embarrassed himself. And I said, Eric, if you dead mother heard this episode, it will kill her. And for most people, we take that as sarcasm, but Eric took it personally, and I've been threatened. I've been getting lots of text messages from him saying that he would kill me, destroy me, stab me, whatever. I reported to the police because to me he went too far. And I just want to give him a little scare, with a knock on a door. And I think it got like a desk appearance ticket, whatever that means, because I never was apprehended by the police, myself. And we went to court, and the judge only gave me a protection order, which good as ever cut into court. If I scare him a little with the proceedings of a courtroom, I did my job. I don't think he will ever learn his lesson. If you piss him off, you will get it from him.
Well, that's too bad. I like when whackpackers are happy with each other. So you started way. You're the oldest living whackpacker, right? You called in 1988, right?
I started in 1988 when I first came on for a data date. So I believe that was on Thanksgiving or I think the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, just before Thanksgiving Eve, and introduced myself to the public. And 2 weeks later, Harry invited me to his famous Christmas show. He got fun from the FTC, not through anything I did or say, so he cannot blame me for it.
So, and just tell everyone, did you grow up with a speech impediment? Is it really just only a speech impediment?
Yeah.
Is that?
Ever since we didn't know it back then when I was a child, but I think I read somewhere it may be a very slight form of palsy. That when I was born, that only affect one certain area of my body, and I have to live with that for the rest of my life. But I mean, it's not like I can do physical stuff. I can badly, but I can, and so I have to make do what God gave me.
And you used this to have fun with Howard, right? You figured, it's fun to be a part of the radio show.
When I first came on the show, Howard just had tell me the Tourette's girl on the show. So if you remember her, your papa was a small kid back then.
Yeah.
So I heard I told my friend at work, say on the corns, that's not bad at all. As you watch Howard later, I am more pathetic than she is, and, so we did. Gary called me that Friday. That was back when there was on the air 5 days a week. So you may not remember that. So Gary gave me a call to see if I was legit, and invited me on the show that Friday. So it was all. Can I tell you a story? When I first came on the show, I worked for the government. That's all I'm saying about that. When the management team found out that I was doing on a show for that, I was ushered in the head of the head of the office with a union representative, and told me in uncertain terms, if I go on to certain Friday, you don't have to come in on Monday. So immediately I went to the head of the East Coast of my agency, plead with him, said that we have people in my agency was under real force or whatever cancer. They said, and they always happy to do it without any restriction. And at the end of the meeting, the head boss let me on. The only thing I agreed, he made me agree to it's not to mess where I work for, I didn't. So I've been on, and so I went on the show, and the rest is history.
I think I first saw you when I was in high school, and the Channel 9 show was starting to show up here in St. Louis, and I think you were on with Jessica Hahn as her boyfriend. You were on with Gary Busey as one of the head wound club.
History club for men. That was a good kid.
You had stuff coming out of your head. You always were a good sport. You always enjoyed doing this, right? It was never.
Believe me, I know I am no actor. If that's the excess of my TV career, I can accept that. I'm not looking to go to Hollywood. I did a couple of scenes for profit parts here. It's moving. With other wackpackers, and my scene was cut out, on the edit room floor. I was not surprised.
So who is the Mount Rushmore of wackpackers in your opinion? Who are the four people that the heads on the Mount Rushmore?
For me,
if you had to pick,
of the top of the list is Big Juice, because he never fails to entertain. Even when he is in a bad mood and I'm talking to Howard, is radio gold. Next is Gary, I can say between us, the retard, and with that, and speak of retard, Randy is close by. With them, if they was on the air right now, I would be listening to him. Listen to the show of me.
I think that's a good list. And then you're the fourth, right? Are you number 4 on that list?
Yeah, like I said, I just pay myself and to the puppet. I'm just pay myself. It's funny enough for you. I don't go on the show and pretend to be ridiculous or crazy or whatever. I just go on to show myself, and how it is happened to ringmaster me to be funny or at least entertaining.
It's funny you said the list that you mentioned of those. Beetlejuice, Gary, Wendy. I would throw in Hank the Angry Dwarf if there was a fifth. You guys all, you guys all were just yourselves, though. That's what you're saying, though. It's because if you start thinking about like Jeff the drunk, could have been doing an act a little bit, even though, and then Eric obviously was doing acts a lot. You guys were just yourselves every time.
I don't like to use. I don't like to include people use alcohol to be funny. How are those people when they don't drink? Hank is a very smart guy off the air. She's triple without booze, I can have a normal conversation. That may be good if I want to discuss his subject of expertise, but it is too drunk to do it. One time when Story John had the big fight with Gabby, I was sitting with Marianne and Hank. Hank brought into a super and lay on Marianne's thighs, his legs, slipping off. And to me, it would just look like a mother with a toddler. For me, that was before, camel phones and stuff like that. So that went unnoticed, by everybody except me.
So we like Marianne. We're okay with her.
Oh yeah. Well, at times, if things doesn't go our way, she can be a little, how to say, like a Karen, passive aggressive with me. I have my disagreement with her, but I never hold it personally with her, but she's okay. I don't talk all that much to her anymore. Just when I was sick, she was me well, and to me that's the extent of it, but she's okay with in my book in the long run.
So where's the point? Did you have like 15 million Twitter followers at one point, or was that a misprint? Because
Papi in the tens of thousands is my but again, that's why people like Marianne, if you kept the chance, but when they promote me on their Twitter feed, that's where I spend all day trying to accept people, whatever, and not that I do it intentionally, but I'm the type of guy. If you do something nice to me, I would definitely recognize you and such like that. So when I do speak with people like you, I'm always grassy. I don't never show people an attitude. If you want to use this me, like to rip me a new a-hole, the thing I do is to delete you and block you. I'm not going to get into a big argument with you because it's a waste of my time. But if you do something nice to me, you better believe in man that you will be recognized for it.
Well, I hope I'm recognized. I want to ask, what's your favorite? What were your favorite moments from being on the show? Do you have a couple outside of not the one where you had the accident in your pants? Do we want to talk about that? I don't know.
It happens. So I guess unlike such a way, I don't have selective history. But I think my best moment, I was at the Cleveland funeral, and I was supposed to go on stage to introduce the cast. Unbeknownst to me, nobody gave me a freaking headphone. So when I went on the mic against 10,000 screaming fans, on stage, I couldn't hear myself. And of course, I speak louder and louder so I can hear myself. So by the end of the introduction, I was like a insane Benzie, not Benzie. But I recognize him. That's exactly what they wanted. Insanity with such, if with I'm doing quote, quote, if I was mad at them because they didn't give me no headphones, I knew what, a little later, I knew what they did it for. So, and it was okay with me.
Yeah, you were screaming. It was great. I watched that today, actually, to get ready. Do you do Cameo? Do you do any sort of personal things for people? Do you do what? How do you want to promote anything here?
I do Cameo and this business has been slow lately, but just shows how it's done wackpack or just wackpack. You will see my name, Fred the Elephant Ball Swiper. And you know, and if you're inclined to give me a booking.
There we go. And you can find him on Twitter too. That's how I found him, Fred the Elephant Boy Shred.
The real Elephant Ball at Twitter, or however it goes.
Is there fake Elephant Boys?
Elephant Ball.
Is there fake ones that we need to know about? Is that why you have to be the real elephant?
I haven't met one because it's not that easy to do me. Social scan, but not a normal person like you.
No, I wouldn't try. What is the Elephant Boy? I know that's been your name, was it just the appearance, or what was how did that? I don't even know what an Elephant Boy is.
Yeah, Elephant Boy is based on the Broadway show and movie, The Elephant Man. I think that movie was, I don't want to say just up, it went through its run at theaters recently, and they have it figured that I sound like John Merrick, the original Elephant Man, and he played a tape of him doing lines from the movie, and I repeat it, and the name stuck. Robbie is not just the elephant. It's not just the elephant man. It's like an elephant boy, and we have him. So that's how my name originated.
Now, do you call in anymore? Do you just call in on a whim and say, "Hey"?
I don't use the phone. I am not. I don't want to say I'm not away as, a super duper fan. I am a listener, and I was never comfortable to go up the shore. I don't have the passion to be on the hard waiting and waiting, for him. And doing that, I was working all the time, going to my job at that hour of the morning. So we, kept me on the phone, and became a work at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock whenever he quits.
Well, they just call you. That's the best thing, right? Baba Booey calls you and says...
Like I say, I got the backup number of Gary, if I need to be on, I either, leave a message with him or go on Twitter and, and it's the message him or email whatever on my screen at that particular moment.
But have you called Gary in a while and haven't heard back, or how many times has there been any?
No, that's just a pandemic, like I said, during the past couple of years, I've been ill and recovered from it. So being at the show is not my priority.
Well, that's good. Yeah, well, that's
and believe you me, I'm like house mom. There was time it was, I did an appearance on the show, and I said to myself, "That's it. That's the last time I will ever appear on the show. Wait a couple of months or whenever they need me for something else, I'm there." So that's my attitude with the show.
Well, I enjoyed talking to you. You bring me back to the time when the show was fun and happy, and we could see you on the show and in the show. And I'm more happy that you're healthy and you're feeling good. I know that surgery probably took you out a couple days, but you're the elephant boy. You're never going away, right?
I know that's it. I'm sure. I'm sure if they ever call me back doing, I want me to say, hey, let's have Elephant Boy do it. If they call me up, and that's where I don't think of the negative times. I was on this show that want me, and I'm happy to do it.
Well, I'm happy you were here. It was Fred, the Elephant Boy, the first whackpacker to join me, the oldest living, the original whackpacker, and he's healthy and he's looking great. So I thank Fred for joining me, and I thank you for joining me here on Here's the Pitch, sponsored by Masses Restaurants. Make sure you subscribe, and I appreciate Fred. Fred, you have something else to say?
No, that's about it. I gave you all my way. I'll get it back to me. But like I said, show your support for the show. If you want to pay for a cameo, I'm fair. Don't select any other whackpack. I am genuine.
Just Fred. Did you enjoy this? Did we have fun? I enjoyed it. Did you?
I did. You asked some good questions. Like I said, you did not put up on me. So it's like a good show. Hopefully your listener will feel the same.
Absolutely. Well, we love you, Fred. We appreciate you being the original, the oldest living, and the first whackpacker of all time. So thank you for joining me. And again, as I'm wrapping up here, thank you for joining me. More of these coming. Subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
And one more thing before I go. If you want to crew me again to be on your podcast, let's have a dress rehearsal. So because towards the end of Twitter, I didn't know what I was doing. Like it was so, putting the passcode at the room number or whatever you call it. And, and I was so having difficulty to get into your room. It took me a couple of times. So that's why I was a little late. So forgive me for that.
No worries at all. No worries. I appreciate you doing it.
Okay, thank you.
Bye
and it's great to be on your show.
Thank you for doing it. I'll keep in touch.
Okay, bye-bye.
See ya.